I'm Jana Kessler. We've been coming to Grace for about 18 years now. I was pregnant with Cassandra when we started coming.
I am Tonia Burton. I've been coming to Grace for 17 years, a year after Andy was born and when we met the Kesslers.
I have to say, and my kids will know this, whenever we hear the story Hannah, I instantly think of Kingsley's Meadow, which is a show my kids watched when they were little. And there was a song that the chorus just sticks in your head that says, Hannah, Hannah, don't be so sad. Hannah, Hannah, it's not so bad. And then it goes through the story of her time. But I think it just helps you understand that God is always there. Nothing surprises him. Like nothing surprised him with Hannah. He knew her path and what he had planned for her. And I think she just helps you to understand that God has a plan even if you can't see it or don't understand it at the time, and it may be hard, but you can go to him. And in Hannah, how she cried out to him, and words like anguish and bitterness of soul, and she wept. Like she was honest and real with God, how she felt. And then when she left, there's a verse in there that said her face was no longer downcast. I think you can just pour it out to God, and that gives you just a peace that nothing else can give you, even if nothing has changed at that moment. Just knowing that God has heard you and he will see you through. If you look at Hannah and just the hard things she went through, but God was always there for her. You may not always understand, and things may be hard, like if you go through a deep loss, like when I lost my brother, or unexpected things in life that pop up, or things don't go as planned, or miscarriages, anything you go through, God can just continually build in you the trust that you can have in him to get you through. So like they always say, hindsight's 20/20. So like looking back on the things God has brought me through, when you're facing something new, it just builds on that faith and that determination that God will see you through, and that peace that only he can give you in those times.
Other people don't see what his plan is for you either. And, I think about when she was in front of the priest Eli, and he thought that her pouring herself out to God, that she was drunk. And she stood her ground, but with respect, and shared with him what was really truly in her heart. She never let Eli or other wives or other people in her life take away her faith from God. She stood firm that she knew her God was big and that he could do what he needed to do. And she trusted in that. And for me, when I'm going through tough things, when things don't go the way I think, which most of the time they don't, but especially when things are hard, when things are unexpected, and having a child with Down syndrome, unexpected things pop up all the time. And, Jana mentioned hindsight's 20/20. When Andy was first born, we were not coming here. And even though I believed in God and trusted Jesus, I hadn't really been in the Word all the time and hadn't been taking things to God first. I was trying to figure out what is my role in it. And I think with Hannah, it helps me realize sometimes my role is just to trust God and to let him do the work and not me do the work. And that I don't have to control everything, and I shouldn't even try to. But what I do need to do and remember to do is go to God first, not go to the people around me, not go to social media, but really take it all to God and trust him.
She also was very open-handed. Like she knew God had answered her prayer. She had promised to take him and leave him at the temple. And I can't imagine as a mother how hard that would be. And then to go back every year and visit him and bring a new robe that she had made for him. Just trusting that he was God's and God had a plan for him. And she played a part in that. But just the willingness and open-handedness, because I think sometimes it's very easy for me to want to hold tightly to something instead of just open-handed saying, God, I know it's yours. So help me to just do what you want with it.
I was thinking as Jana was talking about, when Hannah would go and visit her son every year and leaving him and we're both in the same stage of life. Our kids are all pretty much the same age. And, she has kids who are already out in the world. Mine soon will be. And I think really trusting also that the things that we hold close and that we want, like our children, like our family members, saved and unsaved, that it's important to just keep trusting.
Many times, my adult children and I, over the years, and even Cassandra, sometimes we have a talk about how God doesn't make mistakes. Whatever's going on, he's not surprised. He knows everything, so there's no surprises, there's no mistakes. So, trusting God's big enough to handle it all.